What's up, everybody? It's the Android Master, Getting Connected. I'm just having a chill sesh with Grant.
How's it going?
Yeah, so I'm probably not gonna be having the. Yeah, this is nice, I guess. I mean, my phone's cracked.
Kinda foggy.
Yeah, that's why it's foggy. My phone's cracked.
Gotcha.
So, hold on, Blade. You're gonna be my cameraman today. There we go. We're just having a chill sesh, in Schmeekly, in the woods,
Yep, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Just got done skateboarding.
Yeah. We were talking about a lot of controversies and shit like that. And right now we're talking about girls and how, the concept of girls and philosophies and shit.
Yeah.
So let's continue that conversation because I don't want to talk about controversies anymore.
I'm sure.
Oh, well, to catch you guys up, right? I was talking about my exes and a lot of the girls that I've dated in my life. And Grant has said that my exes are hot.
They are. They're fine-ass women.
And yeah, I will say this, like, a lot of my friends have told me that I have good taste. It's just, now that I'm thinking about it and in my experiences, some of the reasons why, okay, it's half and half. Because I've like broken up with a lot of girls before.
Yeah.
But like, the girls that have broken up with me, it almost seems like they just don't want to commit with me. And I don't know why. I don't get it. Because like, one girl that I dated, not gonna name names. I'm just gonna call her MATC. Sure. Because that's who I dated in my college. Or my college before this one. She didn't want to have kids one day.
Yeah.
She just wanted her full life to be focused on her career and having pet wolves. Like
Pet wolves?
Pet wolves, yeah, man.
That's a bad idea.
That's a horrible idea.
Get a fucking dog.
Yeah, I want a Siberian Husky, man. That's the closest wolf I can ever
Wolves
manage.
and wolf dogs make terrible pets.
Yeah.
Don't get them.
I mean, unless you can like actually like get them to like,
I think it just belongs in the wild or like a sanctuary to educate people. You shouldn't have like a large exotic animal like that just for personal enjoyment, like lions and tigers.
Yeah.
No way, pets. Chimpanzees.
I had a weird like phase where I was like, I'm gonna have a tiger as a pet one day. Tigers are so cool.
I wanted a spotted hyena for the longest time.
That's adorable.
I wanted one, but then there was a show on Animal Planet called Fatal Attractions where this guy had a pet hyena in his apartment. And he would watch Finding Nemo with him, like, all the time. And then he decided to crunch his bone on his arm.
Ah, shit. Ugh.
It was super illegal for him to have. He had it in, like, his New York apartment, a spotted hyena.
Well, now that we got enough track, back to what I was talking about. She didn't want kids one day. And I want kids one day, obviously. I want to spread my legacy and teach my kids, like, how to act one day.
Yeah.
Even though they might not want to go into that career choice, like they might want to be a doctor or teacher or whatever. So like I wanted to teach my kids how to act, or if not, teach a full class of kids how to act or something like that, while also being on set and doing movies.
For sure.
But yeah. So we were like we talked. I texted her. I was like, hey, the kids thing is kind of a deal breaker. She was like, honestly, I was going to tell you about that. And like, I was like, well, yeah, this is like the commitment idea. Like the idea about like, not a lot of girls want to commit to a certain relationship. And a lot of society does is blame it on guys that don't want to commit. When all together, we totally want to commit.
Yeah.
It's just, everybody's heard this idea that guys are less complicated than girls, which it's true, but it's not true. Like,
we think differently.
We definitely do. We're
very different creatures, men and women.
Like, I think all the time about, well, 1, sex, 2, superheroes, and 3, video games. Like, and then 4, acting.
Yeah.
I mean, acting is almost always on my mind. I love acting, and acting has always been my number one career choice that I've always wanted to go into. But like, yeah, I definitely want to get a girlfriend. I definitely want to have a relationship and one day get married and have a family and shit. And I know you want to do that, right?
I don't want kids.
You don't want kids? Well,
No.
obviously not. You don't want. I mean, not. It's different.
I don't want kids.
The definition of family isn't like a husband and a wife and kids. It's.
I'll have a partner for sure.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
like a partner and pets.
Like you can.
I'd be so happy. Just my partner.
That's not the concrete definition of family. Family is again where the heart is.
Oh, for sure.
Family is like someone you can bond with and love and stuff like that. It's almost like having a friend that you're in love with. I think I'm just describing a relationship. But
I mean, it's good.
But yeah, like I do want to grow up and have a family one day, and I want to spread my legacy and
By spreading your legs.
spread my legs.
Spread your legs for your legacy. That's how it works.
Spread my leg. I see.
Spread my legs. I see. Ooh.
But yeah, definitely want to spread my legacy. God damn it! I can't even hear myself say it anymore.
Oh, that's always
I
gonna
can't.
be
That's all I'm gonna hear. But yeah, definitely want to get my work out there and have the Barnes name continue and all that stuff. Like definitely, I want my kids I definitely want my kids to be actors. I definitely want that. But I also want my kids to follow their own path.
You gotta let them do what they want to do. Like
Exactly.
they might not see acting the same way you do. They
Yeah.
might be really interested in the painting or like animals.
Here's the number one thing I don't want my kids to do: become child actors.
Oh no!
I don't want my kids to become a child star. I want my kids to get an education.
Don't be
And
like
then
cuties.
if they want to go into that career of acting, like definitely I will teach my kids how to act.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to have a cameo in a movie with me, I've definitely like let them do that. But I'm not letting them have a full blown career at like 10. Like no, I don't want
be
that.
like cuties. Cuties
Don't be like cuties. I've never seen cuties and I don't want to.
I've seen clips. It's horrible.
Ugh.
It's legit.
Isn't it like child pornography at this point?
Legit. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, it practically is.
Ew. Ugh,
Disgusting.
gross.
And what's retarded is the whole reason the movie is made is to be anti-child exploitation.
What the fuck?
But they make their message by exploiting children.
Dude, Straw Hat Goofy on TikTok said he will never, ever review that movie. And if you ask him to review it, he's gonna block you. Like, legit.
Bad, dude. I saw like the first 10 minutes of it on Netflix.
I don't want to see it.
It's bad.
In other words,
it's so creepy.
The Boys. Good ass show on Amazon Prime Video.
Saw one episode.
You saw one episode of The Boys?
One episode.
Was it the first episode?
First episode. First season.
Yep.
Pretty
Such a good show. Spoiler alerts, even though it's like the first 15 minutes of the show. It shows you how unhinged it is by having a speedster run through a woman. Legit, like just exploding her
that
and
got
making
me.
her
I
a
was
skid
like,
mark on the sidewalk.
He didn't even give a shit.
I've
He's like,
talked
"Oh,
about this
whatever."
so many times on this channel. I'm guessing my subscribers are just tired of it at this point. But yeah, man, like the show is really good. It's become one of my favorite shows in history. Like, I love that show, and I watch it religiously.
Oh yeah.
Like every Friday it comes out, I'm just like,
What's it on?
It's on Amazon Prime Video.
I don't.
Or you could just watch it online illegally.
Yes. Let your subscribers know.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
Illegally stream movies, guys.
It's not a movie. It technically could be. It could count as a movie because it's an hour long. But every episode.
Every episode's fucking.
But yeah.
Have you seen Black Mirror?
I haven't, but I've been wanting to.
It's a fucking good show.
I bet.
It's like a modern.
It's a modern Twilight
technology
Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love it. It's so good.
Is it like? Doesn't Jordan Peele like do the new Twilight Zone? Isn't he like the host of it?
I don't know. I don't know about the new one at all.
I remember seeing it somewhere. Grant, you've never been in a relationship before, right?
Not a relationship.
What do you look for in a woman?
She thick.
Way to be blunt, buddy. Way to be blunt.
But honestly, someone that, someone who like cares about me, and for who I am, and like as a person, like respects me, like.
That's like the downright like textbook definition of what a guy wants. Like, we don't just want a woman that's just like sexy. That's a perk. We definitely do want that, but we don't want it completely all the time where she could just be like sexy, but she's also a bitch.
Like,
we don't want that.
Looks are not it completely at all. For me, it's a lot personality. Like, you can be good looking, but if your personality's shit, I'll see you less attractive, you know? Like,
yeah, I want a girl that's like just like me. I want a girl that can match my energy. And like, I'm about to be real sentimental right now and real like kind of sad. You want to know what the worst part about being me is?
What?
You can never find somebody to match my energy. Ever. Like, women have tried. And I've told you about the first girl that's ever matched my energy. And she was 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And by the time I was going to be 18, she was going to be 3 years younger than me. And
yeah, that's not...
We didn't want that because I don't want her to go through the fucking controversy of dating an 18-year-old. And I don't want to go through the controversy of dating a 15-year-old.
Exactly.
No. I don't want her, like, getting shit because she's dating me. And I don't want her going through the pain that I suffered through every single fucking day of my existence.
Oh, for sure.
But, yeah, she was legit the only girl that can match my energy completely. Like, 100%. Because she was just as loud as I am, and you've seen how loud I've been.
Oh, yeah, you're fucking...
I yelled out one time, Hitler was a vegan in the cafeteria. But,
every time we go to get lunch or dinner, everyone's gonna look at us.
It gets
so quiet, and everyone stares at us at our little table or little booth because of this fucker. Every time, it always happens.
Oh yeah, but you guys love it.
Oh yeah, it's so fucking hilarious.
It's great. But yeah, like she was legit the only girl that ever matched my energy.
I mean, she's 18 now, right? Or
technically, no. I think
how old is she now?
She's about 17, 18.
If she's 18,
because I'm about to be 19 on October 5th, or not 19.
On
20. I'm about to be 20 on October 5th.
When she's 18, you don't have to worry about it.
Well, I think she's in another relationship now with a guy coincidentally named after me, or not after me, but named with my name. Coincidentally with my name.
Oh, so that shows.
Well,
she still liked you.
Yeah, so that's another thing. I'm not gonna say she was obsessed, but she didn't want to let me go.
So like, she took it hard.
Oh, she took the breakup extremely hard, and I took the breakup hard too, but I didn't take it as hard as she did.
Yeah.
She took it a lot harder than me. Oh my god, that sounds so bad coming out of my mouth like that.
He took it. She took it way harder.
Shut up. No, it was hard. Wow. Just admiring your board.
See how beautiful my new board is?
Yeah. Astro, he's a beautiful boy, but Blade is more beautiful than yours.
It's fucking ugly. It's chipped over.
Fuck you. Don't you talk about my boy's battle scar. Don't you talk about my Blade. Battle scars are badass, alright? Don't you let anybody tell you different.
We got Santa Cruz. Beautiful.
It's not sponsored. My channel's not sponsoring Santa Cruz and sponsoring my channel. Anyways, but that's happened multiple times where a girl has not wanted me to go, like let her go. Like the most recent, the last girlfriend that I dated, I broke up with. She was like okay with it because you know she was much older than me. She's like, damn, is she 30 now?
What?
Oh my god, is she 30 now? She was 28 when I dated her, and I was like 19.
What? Actually?
Yeah, legit.
How did you meet her? How does that happen?
We met on TikTok. And I just asked her, I was like, hey, no, she's long distance, bro.
Oh, so you never met her?
We never officially met, but you know. I don't want to out her age like that, no.
Did she know you were so young?
Yeah, I told her. I told her immediately. I was like, she asked me firsthand. She was like, how old are you? I was like, 19. She was like, oh, okay, well, at least you're over. At least you're legal. I'm like, cool.
You're legal.
But, no, like, yeah, no. She was, like, probably one of the best girlfriends that I've dated in my life. My lifetime. But, yeah, we broke up, and she was, like, the most mature about it. She was like, well, we're obviously going to still be friends. We haven't talked in a while, though. I haven't talked. Last time I talked to her, I was the night I was high on ecstasy.
What?
That's a story for another time.
You were high on ecstasy?
Yeah, okay, fuck it. We're going to tell it now.
I have not heard this story.
Okay, shut up. Don't do drugs, kids.
Unless you give some to him.
No. I'm not doing it ever again, and I don't want anybody else to do it.
What's it like on ecstasy?
It's okay. Don't take this out of context. It feels absolutely fucking amazing.
I'm sure.
It feels amazing.
I'm
don't
sure it does.
do it because it'll fuck your mind up. But don't do it because like ecstasy is just like it'll kill brain cells, but like it'll make you feel good.
Yelling in the woods.
I heard it from this way. We heard yelling.
The start of the
like,
horror movie.
Thing is, ecstasy will dial your senses up to like a major extent. Like you'll start feeling things better. You'll start hearing things. Not hearing things. You'll start. Lights are brighter. Like, and you'll just feel like you're 10,000 pounds, like heavier and lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So like okay, more context. We went to a club that night. Shut up. I'm 19. All right. Fuck you. We went to a club that night and we were just rocking it, you know? And we came out of the club and I was just floating. And then I got on a bike and I looked up and the moon was following me. And I was just like, look at you, Mr. Moon. Why are you following me? And it's like, ecstasy is like weed, but 5 times more intuitive, I should say.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It makes you feel better.
Like it's more powerful.
Yeah, it's a lot more powerful, but it's a lot worse for you.
Yeah.
Which is why I only did it once. I'm not ever doing it again.
Have you done weed?
I've smoked a few. I had a few puffs. You know, man. Yeah, I had a few puffs, man. But nah, I wouldn't recommend it either. But yeah, getting off of the topic of ecstasy, that was the last time I talked to the last ex I dated. But yeah, I wish you had more ex stories.
Right.
I mean, you've only had one interaction.
Technically. But yeah, one interaction.
Technically two?
That's another story.
No.
That's another story.
Are you still a virgin?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy. You just say this now. Sex is amazing. It's what else could we talk about? Life?
There's no meaning to life.
Well,
it just happened.
There is no meaning to life, but
it was just
an
accident that happened on Earth.
No, it's not. It's not like that.
It is like that.
It's not like that. You gotta make your own purpose.
I look at the grand scheme of things. Like
my purpose is to make people happy. That's what I thought. That's what I made my purpose and my personal job. To make people just smile and laugh and be happy, even if.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Like including myself. I haven't been doing that recently. I haven't been like making myself happy recently. But then I decided to do it. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Antwoord. You know that. Yeah, that's definitely freeing my mind more because God, they are most definitely themselves in every video, every song that they do. Antwoord is just absolutely amazing. I hope I'm saying their name right because they've been known to get into beefs because people have not been saying their name right.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm probably saying Antwoord. I think it's Antwoord because it means the answer. That's what their name means. Their name means the answer.
Some bugs are starting to come out.
Yeah, the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. Oh man, I'm disappearing behind this tree.
Jaden, where'd you go? Jaden!
Nah, that's okay. Alright, time to get real personal. My dad is... I keep feeling like my dad isn't giving me enough. I'm not saying he's not giving me enough love. Because he really isn't. He really isn't showing me how he loves me. And I know he loves me, but still, it just seems like he doesn't like me, or like I'm embarrassing him. Like
You don't feel like you're good enough
yeah.
for him, that kind of thing.
And what actually hurts me the most is like I feel like I'm not being the good person here. Like I'm not being a good enough son for him. Cause like I've told you before, like I've told him how I felt and like how much shit he's put me through.
Yeah.
And I was like here's an example. Like we went to the mall, me, him, and my sisters.
Yeah.
And it was only one of my sister's birthdays, but he got them both like something from a store.
Yeah.
When I wanted a Superman action figure, he was like, "No, don't ask for shit. You ain't getting nothing." And I was like, "Oh, well, great. That fucking sucks." But his excuse was because they aren't over his house as much as I am, which I'll say like, yeah, definitely that was a good excuse, but like he's still gonna handle that a bit.
Still the way he said it to you.
Yeah.
You know, like,
He was almost like complete verbal abuse.
oh yeah.
And like for discipline, he used to punch me in the chest, and like he used to yell at me.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it was all bad times, because like there were a few good times and stuff. Like he took me to Universal Studios when I was younger, and we had a good time.
Yeah.
There were some few bad times in Universal Studios, but it was all good times in Universal Studios. I loved Universal, and
so you have mixed feelings about him.
Yeah, I have very mixed feelings about my dad. I love my dad, but it's just like
the shit he's done to you in the past, like you can't.
Yeah, and he's told me like it's all in the past, and I'm like, yeah, but the scars are still fucking there.
So when have you tried bringing it up with him?
I have multiple times,
and he's just like, oh, it's the past, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, not only this. My last high school performance, he showed up late and stayed for 5 minutes just because I didn't show up on stage.
So you weren't on stage?
Yeah, so the entire time he was there.
Yeah.
If he would have just been a little bit more patient, because I was in the next scene.
Also, he left early.
Yes,
before
he left
you even...
right before I was about to be on stage, which completely broke me. And I went into the dance studio, which is like right next to the spot we were.
Yeah.
And I was just fucking pissed. I started punching the air and just getting angry. Because this next scene was like one of the most stressful scenes, because it was me and like I had a big ass monologue.
Yeah.
Where I was supposed to snap on my daughter. We were doing Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I had to snap on Juliet because, she didn't want to marry Paris and she wanted to marry somebody else. So, best performance of the night.
Yeah.
But still, God, it fucked me up because I was like, dude, my dad didn't even care enough to stay, and he apparently had better things to do, quote unquote. And I was like, dude, like, fucking stay for the performance.
Yeah. Has he gotten any better, like his behavior, since these times? Have you noticed, or?
I can't say I have, because he's been pretty much the exact same.
So you don't think he's ever put an effort to change?
No,
at all?
Not really.
And
I could say I could do more effort to be a better son, but still,
I mean, but he's still your father, though.
Yeah, plenty of people have told me, like, you are a good son, and if he doesn't notice that, that's his fault. But I'm like, still, I don't want my dad to be on his deathbed, and I never got the chance to say I'm sorry to him, because that's what happened to my mom, between her and her father.
What are you sorry for, though?
For not being a son, like not being the son he wanted.
Well, you can't look, Jaden. You can't. It's more being a good parent. The parent's the one who's leading you and setting an example for you.
Yeah.
He's supposed to demonstrate how you can be a good son. He shouldn't be disappointed in you for who you are. You are who you are as a person. You can't change that.
Yeah.
Don't ever apologize for being yourself. At all. Like, you are who you are. That's what makes you special as a person. And like, if he doesn't appreciate you for who you are as a person, in my opinion, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But you gotta tell him that. I don't know if you guys tell him how you feel, and if he's still like you said, said, oh, it's the past, it doesn't matter. It might not be the best relationship.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, you can't,
just
don't apologize for being yourself or bad son or whatever. You can't really be.
I honestly just wish we had a better relationship.
Yeah.
Cause like, this is kind of a bad thing. I based a bad guy off of him in my show. And it turned out he turned out to be just mind controlled, but still, like, I based him.
The villain was your dad.
Yeah. In fact, the villain is the main character, who is me, his dad. And he turns out to be a good guy after that, but still, like, I wish my dad just saw that, he can see that I'm trying, because here's the tipping point. Father's Day rolled around, and I did a Mother's Day podcast with my mom. The Big Three podcast. Or not the Big Three podcast, the Nostalgic podcast with my mom. And, I wanted to do it with my dad just to bring it full circle. He apparently had stuff to do with his wife, wife. And I was like, dude.
On Father's Day?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, you were my father before you were her husband. So, like, making an effort to actually be
Did he ever try to make it up with you, like reschedule it? Or
no.
He just...
No,
shut it down.
And he legit told me, like, he doesn't want to be in a podcast with me. And I'm like, okay, but we didn't have to do the, like, I have a full day.
I can understand being uncomfortable with that, but he could still make the effort to hang out with you.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, we didn't have to be, we don't have to be in a podcast fully for the entire time. Like, you could have been in a podcast for, like, what, 30 minutes, and then we could have did something after that, like gone out to eat or just hung out and played video games or something. I can understand not wanting to be in a podcast or, like, being, because there are people uncomfortable with their face on camera or online, but... Like, yeah, I mean, we weren't even going to be on camera, because, I do, like, I have the full picture of the Nostalgics, and, like, it wouldn't be, like a full podcast. Or, not podcast, it wouldn't be, like, a full video, it would be just an audio clip. But it was still, like, it was hard. Because I don't know. Just, my point is, I love my dad, and I hope he sees that I love him deeply, and I hope that he can at least change a little bit and see how he did me wrong, and how he's basically still doing me wrong. I want him to realize that I'm trying, and I wish he could try a little bit more.
I can tell you my thoughts of my dad, but I just don't want to record it.
Yeah. I mean, we got like 10 minutes left on this recording anyway. Because I got like 30 minutes on there. But, yeah. That's pretty much what's making me feel some type of way. Because I'm also like... I also have that weird fear right now of being normal. Like, I'm not extraordinary. Like, Vanya Hargreaves from...
You're fucking weird.
You've seen Umbrella Academy, right?
I haven't. I haven't gone there yet.
Well, Umbrella Academy is a TV show on Netflix that's about 7 extraordinary children. I think. Is it 7 or 8? I don't know. 7 extraordinary children that have powers, and the 7th one being Vanya. She was brainwashed by her father, Mr. Hargreaves, for just being ordinary. Yeah. So, I felt like that, but obviously I'm not. I'm more than just normal.
Oh, yeah.
But shit happens.
Why are you scared of being normal? What do you?
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be more for another day. But as you can see, my recording is about to be over. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say thank you guys so much for listening to us talk until the sun sets.
As we just disappear.
Thank you, Grant, for being on my channel, man.
For sure.
So glad you're here. Glad we're friends. And I'm so glad you guys can listen to us talk about our feelings. because not a lot of guys can do that. Not a lot of guys can talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, lightly tap the like button in the face and post that
The
subscribe
tree
button.
has arms.
And I will
tree
see all
has
you
arms.
humans, animals, plants, aliens, and machines, and tree monsters in the next video. Au revoir.